Hey. Wagwan, what you I deal with? Yeah, man, we've been having a whole lot of rain this past week, so we gonna see what the weather trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Do you need an umbrella or a fan? You don't know. But I wanted to talk to y'all about something today that's been on my spirit for quite a while. It's something that debatably I could have made a video about before, and I probably should have, because it's something that affects pretty much all of us. It's something that affects every part of your life. It's something that goes with you no matter where you are. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about generational pain or generational curses. What I mean by that is something that has been passed down through the generations that, if you stop to think about it, is something that can be traced back. Something that you'll say, when I think about it, the thing that I struggle with, my grandparents struggled with, or I had an auntie that struggled with it, or, maybe even my mother struggled with it. And it's something that we always tend to say, well, that's just the way they are. That's just the way they are, and it's nothing they can do about it. So we might as well just accept that that's how they are, and just, hey, it's okay. If we get hurt by what they do or the way that they are, just let it go, because it's just the way they are. And I think that one thing we have to understand is this dismissal of the way that people are, or these tendencies that is not only hurting the person who has them, but also hurting the people around them. That is the reason why it continues past that person, and it has an effect on the people around them. And in that way, it affecting the people around them is the way that it's able to carry on down into the next generations. And that is how it's able to affect more than just themselves. What I mean by that is this. If you have somebody in your family that has a negative trait, that is something that everybody can agree that they have this particular trait. Whether it be anger, whether it be not being able to express themselves, whether it be anxiety, whether it be bullying in one way or another. If it is not changed, or there's not some sort of healing that takes place, it can affect that person's children, that person's grandchildren, that person's great-grandchildren. How is this possible? Well, it affects the generations to come after it, because if it's not healed, or if it's just seen as something to dismiss, then what it will do is it will hurt the people around you. And everybody has their own different ways that they deal with the pain that they are passed down. Once they receive this pain, what do they do with it? They express it in their own way to their children. They feel like it's normal. They pass it on to the people around them. And then their children will do the same thing and say, well, that's just the way that they are. It's nothing they can do about it. It's okay because that's just what they do. When this is done, their children experience the same pain in a different way that their parents were passed down. So now they're going to express that pain to their children in whatever way that they express pain, etc., etc. I think you get what I'm saying. As Black people, we have a lot that has been passed down through the generations. And these chains are not easy to break. These are chains that are something that was drilled in us so deeply that we don't realize that 100 years later, we're still carrying the same pain that was instilled in our ancestors generations back. With that being the case, yeah, baby, we got a lot of healing to do. And I'm not talking about anything soft. I'm not talking about anything easy. I'm talking about drilling into your DNA to understand that a lot of this pain goes past what you can look and say, okay, I'm going to just make this adjustment and everything's going to be cool. You may have to do some deep digging. And I'm talking about the type of digging that may hurt I'm talking about the type of digging that you may have avoided for a long time because it's uncomfortable as hell. And I'm talking about the type of digging that is going to take for you to have to look at yourself in the ways that you've perpetuated this pain and you have spread it to the generations around you. It ain't no way you're going to get out of it unless you want to keep things the same. And that's what a lot of people choose to do. A lot of people choose to keep things the same. A lot of people choose to not look at a lot of these things that's hurting the people around them. A lot of people choose to deny it. A lot of people choose to act like it's not happening. And when you do that, when you continue to act like it's not happening, you still pass it down. And when you pass it down, it does become a curse. Because it's something that then becomes so hard for your future generations to be able to break out of. And it continues to get harder and harder throughout the generations that it's being passed down. So what do? I can tell you this much. I choose to not allow that baggage to come with me. I choose to stop now. I choose to not only reject the baggage that has been passed down through the past generations, but also look myself in the mirror and take a hard look at my whole black ass and say, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing that's hurting the people around me? What am I allowing to become a habit just because I don't want to have to look at it? And now, in tearing apart all of those things that I have just been comfortable with for so long, I'm able to see a lot more. It's time. We can't keep letting this go with us. And if you keep allowing it to go with you, if you keep letting it be the thing that you take with you through all of the generations and you pass down to your children and you pass down to your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren, then you are just as responsible as the person that hurt you, maybe even more. I just wanted to hop on here and talk to y'all real quick. What I'm going to do, as usual, is go ahead and drop my social media right here so y'all can go ahead and link with me and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know, hit me up with a like and everything like that. But in the meantime, in between time, peace out.